Who is the most powerful person on the planet? Welcome to Thank God It's a Story Saturday, a weekly video series where I share stories with you that you can use to make your messages connect. Now, last week, a client of mine sent me a message with a quote attached in the message. The message read, "Hope you're well. I saw this quote. I thought you'd like it." Let me show you the quote. Now, when I read the message and I saw the quote, I was taken back to the year 2011 when I had first read the story behind that quote. That story inspired and influenced me so much that in the following year, 2012, I started my own story practice, Narrative, the Business of Stories. It is also the very first story I wrote in the content book I first created. I want to tell you this story. The story goes back to the year 1994 when a gentleman by the name of Thomas Higbee had joined Next. Next was a company founded by Steve Jobs, and on this particular day he was sitting in the pantry along with a couple of his colleagues and having his lunch. And then Steve Jobs walked in, and on one side of the pantry he started making his bagel. And then out of the blue he turned around, looked at these gentlemen and asked a question. Who do you think is the most powerful person on this planet, in his very super uber confident style? After thinking for a bit, Thomas Higbee, who had just witnessed Nelson Mandela's magic in the elections, turned around and said to him, "Nelson Mandela is the most powerful person on this planet." Steve Jobs looked at him and said, "No, you are all wrong. A storyteller is the most powerful person on this planet." At this point, Thomas Higbee thought to himself that, I love you, Steve, but there's a fine line between a genius and a loco, and I think I'm witnessing a loco right now. Steve Jobs continued. He said, "A storyteller sets the vision, the value, and the agenda for an entire generation to come, and Disney has a monopoly in that space. I am tired of that bullshit. I'm going to be the next storyteller." And then he walks out with his bagel. Now, what's the point? Is this just easy on ear, lovely, nice to hear story? Or you can do something about it? For that, I will ask you to look at my article that I have written. How can you use the vision story to bring about a change in your organization? Stay storied, and I will see you here next week with another story.